I'm going to read the questions as if I was applying for a job within medical assisting, which is what I do right now within the orthopedics field, which I do have experience in. Tell me about myself. I'm Mallory Hoffman. I'm 33. I've had my medical assisting degree for over 12 years, and I have 9 years of orthopedics, casting, splinting, and everything in under my belt and everything. Why should we hire you? You should hire me because of my 9 years of experience. I've worked in both peds and adults. I know all of the post-op protocols for total shoulders, total knees, total knees, total hips, rotator cuff repairs, medial meniscus tears for the arthroscopic surgery for the knees, the shoulders, foot and ankle surgeries, and I know how to cast and I know how to splint using plaster. What is my greatest strength? I would have to say that my greatest strength, I think, is being very personable. I always have a smile on my face, and people are always, more receptive to someone being positive than someone being negative. So I think a positive for me is that I'm always going to come in with a positive attitude, and I'm always going to leave with a positive attitude as well, even if you get angry. What is one of my greatest weaknesses? I talk a lot. I will admit it. I like to talk. I like to chit chat. So sometimes I like to take my time and I like to chat with the patients, kind of get to know them, make them comfortable. Sometimes it doesn't work in my favor and the doctors get ticked off. So you just kind of roll with the punches. I want to work for you is because you guys show me what a great place to work is. Prior to me coming in for my interview, you gave me a walkthrough of your office and I loved everything about it. I saw how the MAs were interacting with the physician's assistants, and the patients too as well. It looks like it's a very well-mannered place that I had at my last place before. So it looks like it's kind of feels like home in a sense, as the way you guys work is the same place, is like the same place I did at my last place. Why did I leave my last job? I left my last job because of my husband's job. We had to move across the country again, as we're a military family. So I had to move because of my husband's job. And what is one of my greatest accomplishments? I think right now one of my greatest accomplishments so far would be becoming a mom. I love my daughter and I love being a mother. It's challenging every single day. So not only do I get challenged at work, but I'm challenged at home too as well. Describe a difficult work situation and what did I do to overcome it. Here recently, we actually had a patient that was irate on the phone and everything. She didn't like what she had to hear. She thought that she had an appointment and it was canceled by her 2 weeks prior. So instead of trying to make the situation better, she had to sit there and scream and yell to make her point. For me, it's more of, hey, we'll get you scheduled the very next day as we do have an opening. So it's kind of the way you could kind of make the situation better. But in her eyes, no situation was ever going to be better, because once the patient doesn't get what they want, they're just always going to remember that and they're going to be mad about it. So sometimes you just kind of have to brush it off your shoulder, even though that person may give you a dirty look or treat you differently. You just need to sit there and approach it with a smile on your face and everything else. Where do I see myself in 5 years? I see myself in 5 years with your company, hopefully growing into the company more and more, maybe as a clinical supervisor or a medical assistant lead for one of the certain offices and everything. And do I have any questions for you? No, I do not at this time. You asked me all the questions, and whenever you gave me the tour, it was perfectly fine. Thank you so much. That was kind of like my last interview when I was up in the Boston area when I worked for Pro Sports Orthopedics. That's kind of what they did. They gave me a tour of the office and then they sat down and then they did the interview with me and everything. So I kind of mimicked it off of that. My last job and my current job, it was pretty much you just had a conversation. There was none of those questions that were even asked. So I did that one based on my experience in orthopedics. Thanks.